Paris Whitney Hilton was born on February 17, 1981, in New York City, the eldest child of real estate developer Richard Hilton and socialite Kathy Hilton. Growing up in privilege, she was a scion of the Hilton Hotel empire. Her great-grandfather, Conrad Hilton, founded Hilton Hotels. She has one sister, Nikki, and two brothers, Baron and Conrad. Her family moved often. Childhood residences included Beverly Hills, the Hamptons, and a suite in Manhattan's Waldorf Astoria. As a child, she expressed interest in animals, and once reportedly saved money to keep monkeys, snakes, and goats. Her early life had tension between the public persona and private struggles. From a young age, she was part of social circuits, accompanying her mother and sister to high-profile events and modeling at charity functions. As a teenager, she was sent to multiple boarding schools, a decision often framed as punishing rebellious behavior, and later in life, she has disclosed that some of her time in those institutions involved abuse. Those disclosures, made in her 2020 documentary This Is Paris, shifted the public narrative. The party heiress facade began to recede behind a portrait of survival, psychological complexity, and reclamation. In This Is Paris, which premiered on YouTube in September 2020, Hilton revealed abuse, emotional, verbal, physical, during her teenage years at several institutions, and how that shaped her identity. The documentary attracted over 16 million views in its first month, and has since been considered a moment of rebranding. Paris's rise into public consciousness began in the late 1990s and early 2000s. She cultivated a presence in New York's social scene, became known for her nightlife appearances, and models later recognized that her name had become a brand. She and her sister Nikki made appearances at fashion events and in philanthropic circles, but the defining media moment came in the early 2000s, when her private life catastrophically collided with her public identity. The leak of a private tape she made with then-boyfriend Rick Salomon in 2001, ultimately released as One Night in Paris, 2004, became a flashpoint that reoriented her public meaning. The tape's release coincided with, and some argue propelled, the launching of the Simple Life reality show in 2003. That confluence inserted her into the global pop culture bloodstream. She was no longer just a socialite. She was a brand with tension, scandal, access, and spectacle. The Simple Life, co-starring Paris and Nicole Richie, debuted December 2003 on Fox, and quickly became a cultural phenomenon. The show framed two wealthy socialites, living simply, in rural settings, fish-out-of-water style, and leaned into Paris's cultivated persona of obliviousness, glamour, and catchphrase-ready reactions. It ran through several seasons, Hop Networks, Fox 2E, and became the lodestar of early 2000s. Celeb reality. Criticism later emerged that the persona she performed was a mask built to deflect deeper pain, but at the time, the show solidified her platform. Parallel to reality stardom, Paris pursued modeling, acting, music, and brand licensing. In 2004, she published her first book, Confessions of an Heiress, a tongue-in-cheek peek behind the pose, which became a New York Times bestseller. She launched lines of handbags, jewelry, perfumes, and fashion collaborations almost annually, licensing her name across lifestyle categories. In 2005, she expanded her hair extension and footwear lines and introduced fashion collections sold through boutiques and retailers. She also starred or cameoed in films and TV series and participated in various endorsement campaigns across fashion and fragrance industries. Musically, she released her debut studio album, Paris, on August 22, 2006. It debuted at number 6 on the Billboard 200 and sold over 600,000 copies worldwide. Her single, Stars Are Blind, released earlier in 2006, became a moderate hit. The video was shot in Malibu and premiered on MTV. Though not universally praised, e.g., Enemy ranked the video as among the 50 worst. At one point, the song remains one of the more memorable pop turns in her discography. Later, in the 2010s, she released standalone singles under Cash Money Records, including Good Time, 2013, featuring Lil Wayne, Come Alive, 2014, and High Off My Love, 2015. Paris's public life included legal and personal turbulence. In September 2006, she was arrested for DUI in Los Angeles with a BAC of 0.08%. She later pleaded no contest to reckless driving, served 36 months probation, and faced fines. In early 2007, she was pulled over for driving with a suspended license. Further infractions and probation violations followed. In May 2007, she was sentenced to jail time for violating terms of her probation. Her legal troubles were widely publicized and became part of her tabloid narrative, entwined with her brand as much as they were disruptive to her life. Another scandal. In 2007, private diaries, photographs, contracts, medications, letters, and even a video were released via a site called parisexposed.com. She obtained a temporary injunction that forced the site to take down the content. In subsequent years, she dealt with stalking incidents, including one-time arrest of a man with 2 knives near her home and episodes of unwanted intrusion into her gated property. In the 2010s, her star power pivoted. She launched The World According to Paris, 2011, a reality show that followed her day-to-day life, though it drew lukewarm ratings and mixed reviews. Around that time, she began a DJ career. In 2012, she performed at Brazil's pop music festival and elsewhere, inviting skepticism from established DJs, but showing early success in appearances in clubs and festivals. She continued modeling and launched international boutique operations, hair, and beauty lines across multiple countries. She also appeared in music videos for others, e.g., Fidesz, Demi Lovato, Kim Petras, and remained visible in the fashion circuit. Whether history will center her as a cultural footnote or as a case study in 21st century celebrity entrepreneurship remains open, but her trajectory shows the possibility of turning someone else's narrative into your own.